guys, welcome back. So in today's video we're going to start off a series. I did start this a while back, but I kind of just let it fall to the side, so I'm kind of bringing it back to the surface. I pulled a couple palettes that I want to talk about that are still available today, and they're kind of a little bit of a throwback. I feel like we all always want to talk about new things and new things and new things tried. So I'm going to just kind of settle it down from that, trying new products, trying all that silly stuff, and just talk about the stuff that we have in our makeup collection. So I have a couple things here. I'm just going to start off with these. Now the ones that I'm talking about are the ones that I'm going to implement in other videos. So I already have one in mind that I want to use today. I've already did my skin, already done my foundation and brows. You saw the foundation. So I'm just going to jump in and talk about the palettes, and then we can go from there. So the one that I have right here to start with is the Balm Cosmetics Meat Matte Nude. And I believe that this is the first Meat Matte. And these are all, as the title suggests, is that these are all matte shadows. So I want to do a video using just this. I feel like when I did get this, I feel like it was a little bit irrelevant, and now I'm just like, so what? I have all this stuff. It's still available. You can still get it, and I want to talk about it because I still love it and I still like to use them, but it's like, oh, I can't use it on camera. So I'm going to start doing that and talk about stuff that we have and that everyone may or may not have, or maybe still interested in trying, such and such. So this is the Meat Matte Nude. I really love the shades in this palette. It's just something, you know, I feel like when it came out it was like kind of revolutionary because there wasn't a lot of palettes dedicated to matte shadows. So that's our first one, and the next two are from Sleek Cosmetics. And I remember when this brand kind of first hit the YouTube market, shall I say, that it was like almost like everyone was talking about it. They were thinking it was so cool. The palettes were so beautiful. So the two palettes that I have in my possession are Vintage Romance and Garden of Eden. So these will be two separate videos, and you know, green, purple, green, purple. So that would be some fun things to play with. They still have palettes like these. I mean, some of them, I believe a lot of their palettes have been renamed. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. This was a company based in the UK, and now they have it in some select stores here in America, and you can definitely get it offline. So that will be something to look for in a video. The next palette I have is something that I've heard good things and bad things about. I think a lot of things come with that. And so this is the Tartist Pro, and this is all mattes except for some 4 shimmers. Let's do it this way. So that's what that looks like. It's super, super pretty. I love these shades. I feel like this is going to be something perfect for the coming up fall season, and the shimmers in here are just gorgeous. So this is something that when I first got it, I played with it and used it a lot. Some of these shadows have like the name Tarte rubbed off and stuff, so this is going to be really exciting to play with and jump back into for me. This is also rediscovered for me that are in my collection. So, right. And the next one that I'm going to talk about is the Naked 3. This one is still available, and I pulled this one because of the Naked 1 that is being discontinued. I don't know the whole full story about that, but I've heard some kind of opinions on it, being that it may be relaunched, may be reformulated, stuff like that. So we are going to play with the Naked 3. I would like to play with the Naked 2, but I don't have that one any longer. So this one is still really good, and it's just something to pull out at this time of the year. I think it doesn't really say summery to me, really. Maybe it could. I feel like maybe it's something that can be used all year round, but I guess it's personal preference, really. So that one will be in a video. And then the one that I want to play with today is the Too Faced Bon Bon palette. This has been sitting on my desk for a while, and I've been kind of like looking at it, and so this is the one that I'm going to play with today. I'm really wanting to play with all the browns that are in this. I have this one, and I have the Sweet Peach, and then I think it's in chocolate or some other one that's chocolatey. So this is the one we're going to play with today. And by the way, all of the shadows and stuff that I'm talking about is cruelty free. That is the channel, that is the kind of makeup we use here on this channel. So let's go ahead and prime our lids really quick, and we will jump into the Chocolate Bonbon palette and play with that. I'm gonna go ahead and just use Milani eyeshadow primer. This is one, thanks to Emily Noel, really helped save me because I was using Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, and I really like that, the eyeshadow primer. And I still have some, actually I still have quite a bit because I have 2 different tubes, but this is kind of a good, I would say, alternative slash dupe, and I just think that it gets the job done. So now I have found that if you really want like a color to really have some punch, and then this just works for me, some people find it kind of a little bit annoying and difficult to work with, is that you just don't put a shadow like base. You know how people will set their primer with shadow? I just don't do that anymore a lot of the time. So the first color I'm going to go into with is called Mocha, and it's just like a nice kind of darker khaki or tan brown. And because I just really wanted to do like a nice brown, just awesome brown smoky eye, just kind of take it also back to the good old days when smoky eyes were like the thing. Everyone was trying to perfect their smoky eye. I also feel that some people get a palette and they'll use it, and I feel like you have to really figure out, some shades are really benefiting from a good sticky primer, some can perform well without a primer, and it's just like, I just feel like people are moving on so quickly with makeup, and I just kind of want to slow it down. It has nothing to do with like I'm not interested in the new things, or that I don't want to buy them or anything like that. It's just like, I just feel like there's so much coming out and so much is being thrown in our direction that it's just overwhelming sometimes. So this is something that is gonna save me slash everybody, you know, just slow it down, use the things that we have. And I always go through my drawers a lot of the time, and I will do like small declutters. I will switch out the makeup that I use every day to some new things so that I can still have a good variety and opinions on things, so that I don't forget about makeup that I have, or forget that I have a palette. There are some things in my drawer that I use less frequently because I'm trying not to use them all the way up. And I have a video, I actually am going to put it up here in your iCards, whatever site it's on, of makeup that I will keep forever. So I think a lot of I feel like more people should be doing videos like that, because if it is a makeup collection that we have, we need to talk about the items that we have collected that mean something to us. The person I would really like to see is Emily Noel, because she talks about makeup and some stuff she just, you know, I'm sure she has some things in her collection that mean a lot more to her than it would mean to anybody else. So the next color I'm going to go in with is called Malted. It's the dark brown up here in the corner. And I'm going to focus this here on the outer corner. So the best way to get a smoky eye is just blend and blend and blend as the dog barks. Our first shade that we use called Mocha, and kind of blend over that second shade just to kind of meld them together is the word that I'm going to use today. The shade that I'm going to take is called Burdock. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but we're just going to leave it at that. And I'm going to kind of keep this here and move it towards the lash line more. That was kind of a vague explanation. I feel like I need to get like a shadow shield or something. So I haven't done any concealing or powdering, so if I have fallout, I'm not too concerned about that. So I'm going to take Cashew Chew. It's like a tan color, but it has some shimmer, and I'm going to build this up on the inner corner, and then we can figure out what we're going to place on the lid. I want to use this, but I'm not sure which color I want to place on the lid. If I want to go super pink, we can go like Neapolitan. Chew looks so different on this skin than it does in the palette. It almost has a pinkish hue to it. What do you think? So we are going to take this brush. This is the Wet n Wild concealer brush, but I'm not going to use it for that. We are going to take Cafe Latte, and it's like a kind of, it's interesting. It's like a champagne kind of grayish shimmer, but we're going to place that all over the lid and see what we get, because the swatch of this looks rather beautiful. And I'm kind of tapping and lightly pulling. But the last thing I'm going to do is, because I feel like this kind of lost our darkness, I'm going to take dark truffle and just kind of put it here on the outer corner for a little bit more darkness, because that smokiness, I just don't feel like it's super smoky yet. We are not smoldering yet. Okay, dark truffle is doing us a justice. I'm just taking this brush. This is a e.l.f. contour eye brush, or contour, whatever you want to use it for, brush. And I'm just taking that color and dabbing it, because we've already done a lot of blending, and I'm just adding to the intensity. And then we can go back in and blend some more, because that's part of doing stuff, is blending. Alright, the final and last step is to just do our... I'm gonna go ahead and take Divinity. That's the biggest, one of the bigger ones in the palette. And I am going to place that on the brow. Kind of do what I do my baking motion. I'm gonna leave that as it is for a second. And pat here. Tap off all the excess from this big old fluff brush, and just take the edge of it and blend to your heart's desire. Alright, lastly I'm going to go back in with Cashew Chew and just do more on our inner corner. And maybe I'll put a little bit of satin sheets. Alright, so we are going to move on with our face, but that was the Chocolate Bonbon palette on our lids. Ooh, what's happening here? Let's tap this out, because it looks a bit crazy. Crazy. It's crazy. Alright, so let's zoom out a tingy-roo. Alright, so let's go ahead and do some under eye concealing, and then I'll do a little bit of face concealing. I'm just going to use the same concealer because I'm a bit just using the, just kind of put it everywhere. It's not necessarily, I mean, I'm only using it for highlighting, so this is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. And I'm just going to use a Beauty Blender to blend that out. I'm thinking about doing another series, maybe in conjunction with this, or just mixed in between, or just kind of sifted through. Anyhow, I'm just like an artistry series where I just kind of talk. We don't really talk about the products. I just do the makeup, and I get really creative, because sometimes when you're doing like really crazy intricate smoky eyes, they can consist of a lot of products, and so sometimes just talking about them can be a bit much. So I'm thinking if I just do a video dedicated to just you seeing me do it, then it would be a little bit less overwhelming if you can just be like, well, yeah. So just like an artistry series where we just kind of talk and chit chat, but I do some interesting makeup looks. think it'd be fun for me, but maybe could be fun for others. So I'm just using, let's go ahead and move on to our lower lash line real quick. And the colors that I'm going to mix together are Mocha and Almond Truffle. They're kind of similar, but Almond Truffle is much lighter. I'm just going to mix them both together and blend them on my lower lash line. Applied my Flower Beauty Warrior Lash mascara. I feel like this is one of those mascaras that benefits from sitting around for a little bit because I like it a lot better than I did when I first tried it. So for blush, I'm gonna go ahead and use this Cargo Bali blush. I've had it for a little bit, and I feel like Cargo blush was talked about quite a lot, quite often, but now it's not so much talked about. So there was like a blush that was coveted for some people. I feel like someone said they don't make it anymore. I don't understand why brands do that, because it's like everyone loves it. Why do you want to not make it? Like Sally Hansen Specific Blue, which I have, because it's not relevant to me anymore because I don't buy Sally Hansen things anymore. So blush is so nuts because it's like pink, but it has like a flash. So there's like a purpley flash to it. Oh, this is one of those products that when I purchased it, I swatched it and I was instantly, just not even a hesitation, and just went into my cart. I was like, yep, you're beautiful. You are so beautiful. Like I have highlighter on, but I don't. It's that blush. For contour, I'm going to take the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, but I'm going to take it on this brush because this bronzer has a lot of punch. So bronzer slash contour because it can be, because it's definitely not mega shimmery. Alright, so let's move on to highlight. The highlight I'm going to pull out are Mary Luminizer and Cindy Luminizer. Mary and Cindy. So the one I'm going to take today is Cindy, because it's a bit pink. I've been watching people's declutters, and every time they have one of these in their collection, they're like, yeah, I feel like I have to keep that. Just seems to think that they have to keep this. And I know why they feel like that, because it's that gorgeous. It's so beautiful. It's like one of the first best highlighters. I say one of the because MAC always kind of blew everyone out the water because they're just crazy. Alright, so for lips, I'm just going to apply my, well, I think I'm going to try this today. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe off what I have on my lips right now. This is just a tinted balm from Pixie. This is the NYX Turned Up lipstick in the shade PULS, Tults. I don't know, this shade on me. I'm just not sure how that looks on me. Maybe we'll apply a gloss. I'll just do my Ulta one because I like it the most. This is a sheer, the one I've used in the past. I'll wipe the brush off as much as I can. Brown smoky eye with pink lips. What do we think? So that is the end of this video. Let me know what you guys think of this series, of a throwback series of palettes that are still available, that are still amazing. And yeah, this is Too Faced Cosmetics. It's on Ulta.com. Let's see, Ulta, Quick View, Macy's, Nordstrom. So this palette is still available, and I think that it's a wonderful palette. So go ahead and let me know and tell me which ones you might want to see first, and so on and so forth, and we could just kind of filter them through. So I'll just go ahead and say right now, go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you did like this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you already haven't, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.